Hello. Hey. Hi. Hi, everybody. What's up? Welcome to an editing live stream. I'm going to be editing, just finishing up. Really, it's mostly done. This will probably take like an hour. I'd be surprised if it took 2 hours, but I don't know. I just wanted to live stream, kind of hang out with y'all. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the next probably like hour. Just going through this mostly already completed kill count and double checking that it's all ready to go for Friday, right? All right. So let's do that. Yeah, let's do it. Hope everyone has been having a good weekend. We had some friends over last night. It was real fun. Swam in the pool, blow up unicorn, rode around on that guy. It was good stuff. All right, let me pin these rules from Nightbot. Thank you, Jordan. Big thanks to Jordan and the other mods who are in here. If anyone else is, but, you know, just in general. But let's go. Hey, James, you post so much on your shorts channel, says Gamers. That's not me. That is a fan channel that exists. And I think is pretty cool. But it's not me. And they make it clear that it's not me. So fucking pay attention. I'm just kidding. Thank you, Travis Cummings, by the way. All right. Let's edit. Oh, thank you, Jay Gray Boy. Okay, so I actually have a little list of stuff I need to fix. So Halloween comparison footage around 5:45. Let's do that. What's the difference between the versions? Thank you, Mr. Mo. I feel like anyone who watches the original kill count and then watches a new one should be able to guess the differences between the two versions that we're going to have. Aside from length, seeing as this one is 24 and a half minutes, there's a lot of stuff that I do in modern day kill counts that I did not do in those first videos that I made. So, gonna be a lot better and a lot more informative. Yes. All right, so I think I talk about Halloween.
This cold open that takes place in the past was another thing Miller took to 58. This cold open that takes place in the past was another thing Miller in the past was another thing.
Pace of my voice. That's right, Dan McLaurin. Show enough, show enough. All right, Halloween, I'm assuming, will be in here. No? Oh, there it is. Okay. Why is that just... Seems like a lot of work, Sleepy Singers. Yeah. And also, huge thanks to my editors for doing a lot of the editing work themselves. And I just go through and kind of comb through it.
Miller took directly from
Am I right for the new Ice 9 Kills song? Hell yeah, dude. The Chucky one? Fuck yeah.
the past was another thing Miller cold open that takes place in the past was another thing Miller took directly from Halloween as a shake.
Okay, and then should already be a Halloween lower third somewhere, probably early on. Oh my god, all these lower thirds. There's so much stuff going on in this episode. Thank you, Cullen from B More, and thank you, Carter McKendry. What did I think of the Forever Purge, Cade? I have not seen it yet. That's one of the many movies that has come out recently that I still have not seen. Because, you know, there's a lot of movies out. Thank you, Tyler Rourke, and I've been a little bit busy. Well, thanks, Lelker. Appreciate that. All right, this is one thing on my checklist here.
Was another thing Miller took directly from Halloween. As a shaky.
All right. Next thing that I need to do is add title to Friday the 13th video game. Okay, I'll just do that when I get to it because I didn't time code that. Add Tasso Day footage to 1403. Let me find that. Here we go.
Slash friend Tasso Stavrakis, previously seen on the kill count in Day and Dawn of the Dead films where he and Dawn of the Dead films.
Okay, and then I want this to be Day of the Dead. Day, and that was 80. What was that? 83? When was that? What's my uploading schedule, Sussy Rodin? It is traditionally every Friday there is a kill count. So, that is what it is going to be now. I took a little bit time off from that schedule during July just to rest up and try to get things going on my end, try to write up some scripts and everything. So every Friday is a kill count, and coming soon is the podcast that returns on August 17th. I forget if we decide, it's 1985. I forget if we decided to keep it on Tuesdays or have it on Wednesdays, but either Tuesdays or Wednesdays will be the podcast starting on the week of August 17th. So whichever Tuesday or Wednesday that is, get ready for that. I'm excited to have the podcast back. Thank you, Peyton Nash. All right, let me pull up this Day of the Dead footage. Why is this being recounted? I feel like people who ask that maybe watch the kill count for different reasons than I make them. Perhaps. I did see someone say in a comment somewhere like, I already know the kills. Why would I watch a kill count recount? If that's why you're watching it, then yeah, I guess you have no reason to. That's fine. Let's see, there should be Tasso somewhere. Why can't you find the join button, Jay Greyboy? If you're talking about like the join, like what is it, like YouTube something or another? It's equivalent to Patreon, I think. I don't use that. I use Patreon because I don't want all of my revenue to go through YouTube. I don't want it all in one, everything in one basket.
Stavrakis, previously seen on the kill count in Day and Dawn of the Dead films where he also previously seen on the kill count in Day and Dawn of the Dead films where he also helps.
Day of the Dead's one of your favorite movies, Travis? That's cool. It's I like it. That music does so much for me, honestly. The score. Speed ramp for long shot. Oh, that would be something that Josh actually did for me. So let me just pull that up. Hold on, Josh. Thank you, Gavin Plays. Which kill count took the most time? The Stranger Things ones, by far. Because, even though it was half a season, that's still 4 to 5 hours of content that I need to write and cover. And, yeah, by far, nothing compares to the Stranger Things kill counts. And that is why I haven't done Season 3 yet. I was actually relieved to find out that Season 4 isn't coming out until next year because I want to release Season 3 kill count when Season 4 comes out, just because that's when the most interest in Stranger Things will be. And if they had decided to release Season 4 in October, that would have fucked me up, man. I would have had to scramble to get those Season 3 kill counts done. And it would have been very difficult. I'm very glad I don't have to do that. So glad that it's coming out next year, and I can just kind of chill until then. Is this right? Friday the 13th. It would be this, and then is this the... Yes, here we go. Thank you, Josh. Josh, great stuff.
The camera tracks over. There is one great shot that I think is worth unusually artistic. With their vehicles.
Okay, so I'm just going to copy that, pop on over to here, and that was at... Did I put a time code? Speed ramp out. Okay. You started the Hellraiser series and it's messing with your dreams. I like the Hellraiser first couple of movies a lot. They're a lot of fun. Here we go.
The camera. There is one great shot.
Thank you, Tiffany Hoffman. Please don't use super chats to request kill counts. But yes, don't worry. You'll get your Fear Street kill counts. You'll get your Fear Street kill counts. You'll get your Fear Street kill counts. Don't you worry about it, everyone. I will do the kill counts on the Fear Street trilogy. I'm working on them. I'm working so hard. Don't worry. You'll get them. They'll be good. Promise. What video did take the shortest time to make and edit? You know, I mean, obviously the early kill counts that weren't as long, but I feel like there were some kill counts recently. Stuff like, I think The Lighthouse, maybe? Mandy, for sure. Movies that take their time and have very long shots that don't get cut up and stuff and have kind of simple stories, those are great to do. The editing process is just a lot easier when you don't have to deal with, like, tons of quick cuts and everything. So that's why older movies like Friday the 13th, for instance, are a lot easier to do episodes on, because newer movies tend to have a lot more edits in them. That's a fact. You can look at the average number of cuts in feature films, and as the years go on, they just way more like cuts per minute than films from the 80s and even the 90s. All right, in 2015, I wanted to swap out these shots that show her banging her head against the ground.
Stunt doubles. All this action was done by Palmer and King themselves.
And then, yeah, I was like, here, I want to... She, like, bangs her fucking head against the ground. Right here? Oh, yeah.
They really beat the shit out of
This is fucking nuts.
They really beat the shit out of each other.
Oh, my God, dude. Like, this move would be banned in WWE today.
They really beat the shit out of each other there. They really beat the shit out of each other there.
We all did everything
Okay. Thank you, holy cow. No, I'm good. Okay, so that is good. And the last thing I had to do was the title to the Friday the 13th game. Okay, now I'm going to hop through and go through the music, making sure that's all good. This was an episode I didn't have to do any ADR, which was really nice, which for the uninitiated means recording lines over because I didn't get them right the first time for whatever reason. I didn't have to do any of that this time. Very pleased about that. Oh, I'm going to have to add the trailer, kill count trailer at the end of this as well. Cody, when are we getting married? January 21st is our wedding date right now. Vince would release Jason in about a day, Pony. I don't know. He's one of their big guys. He wants them big, right? Why isn't this working? Why isn't... I have not seen Suicide Squad. I do want to see Suicide Squad. It looks like a superhero movie that I would enjoy, actually. Why isn't this working? I'm baffled by that works, but this doesn't. I think I missed a super chat there. Leslie Hedrick, thank you so much. And Alex Malone, thanks a lot, too. Oh, that's why this isn't working. Okay. Because that's like a new file. Well, then in that case, let's go this way. Got it. But it won't be kill counted. Correct. Thank you, Jordan. Suicide Squad will not be kill counted. The Suicide Squad will not be kill counted either. Ever. Never. Just accept it. I don't care about the kills. That's not what this is about anymore. For people who, I just saw someone ask if I would recount the Scream kill counts. Any other recounts, I don't know. We're going to see how this goes. We're going to see how the Friday the 13th recounts go. Maybe they just, maybe no one tunes in because they've already seen these kill counts. And if that happens, then I'll probably won't recount any other episodes, you know. But if people like the new takes, then I'll consider it for other series. I know the Night of the Living Dead recount didn't do well, but also that's an old movie. So, you know, that might not work as a good comparison. I've not seen Old. No, I've not. My Scream kill counts are good already. Yeah. Thank you, Luis Menjivar. These are also old movies, Josh. Yeah, but Friday the 13th is unique. Friday the 13th has its, you know, it's popular despite its age. Oh, what is this? That should not be there. I still can't believe Bray Wyatt got released. That's still nuts to think about. Kevin Bacon's acting in this scene is so impressive. First stream, well, what up, D. McGann? Welcome. Blub, 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 blub. Thanks, Ghost. Which Purge movie is my favorite? I remember, you know, it's been a couple of years since I've watched them. I remember liking Anarchy. Wait, what do you mean my mic's died? Oh, is it just because you can't hear my... Don't worry about it. It's editing. Right now I'm focusing on the music. Thanks, The Easy Life. Thank you so much. Glad that you like the humor. Minion Draws, trying to become an editor, so watching me is awesome practice. Nice, good. That's one of the many reasons I do these live streams, is to help people who are trying to learn editing, see how these get edited, because there are a fair amount of elements involved in something like this. Have I ever considered voice acting? I would love to voice act. You can't just do it. That's something you have to, work hard and train and study and learn how to do it. You can't just be like, oh, I like my voice. I can just voice act. I think that's insulting to voice actors. Chelsea is actually pursuing it. She is taking voice acting lessons right now, and I think she'll be very good at it. She actually does an amazing Milhouse from The Simpsons. It is fucking... I'm going to message her and ask if I can play that on live stream. Just because I just never get sick of being proud of her. Can I play your Milhouse and or Jessie from Pokemon? Because she does real on this live stream. Because it's fucking great. Our friend Brizzy has been helping her too, which is because she's actually going to a thing tonight that has to do with voice acting. So she's really, pursuing it. I would probably rather do live screen acting. I think I'd be great in sitcoms. I think sitcoms would be my strength. Oh, there you go. There's the to the numbers bit. Am I deleting old kill counts or keeping them one day? Just like with the Night of the Living Dead kill count, it'll be a unlisted video in the description of the new kill count. So you can still access it if you want to. I will make it unlisted because I don't want it showing up when someone searches for Friday the 13th kill count. I want the new one to show up. But if you want to watch the old one, I'm not going to make it unavailable to you. You just have to go to the new one and click the link in the description to go to the old one, Okay, I did the music stuff. Let's do the audio clips, and I'll make sure that those are all normalized to the volume I want to be, and then I'll just go through, I'll make sure everything looks good, and then I'll have to fine-tune the to the numbers bit, add the trailer, gotta make a thumbnail too, so yeah, this might end up being like a 2-hour stream, but it'll be good. We'll see here.
Sean called me up and said, Halloween is making incredible... Sean called me up and said, Halloween is making incredible money at the box office. Let's rip it off. That is keeping it real.
After producing...
I didn't know what the movie was going to be, but I didn't know what the movie was going to be, but
Thank you, JC.
The idea of the title intrigued me.
He sent me the script, I read it, and I said, what a piece of shit. He sent me the script, I read it, and I said, what a piece of shit.
Sean was very insistent that we borrow from Hitchcock. Sean was very insistent that we borrow from Hitchcock.
Oh, Debbie Schwartz is here. What up?
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Claudette
We weren't doing anything. We were just
getting killed.
We weren't doing anything. We were just
Although it's
Camp Blood. You're opening that place again?
hell yeah.
You'll never come back again. You'll never come back again.
Oh, shut up, Ralph.
It's got a death curse.
All the girls up there gonna look as good as you? All the girls up there gonna look as good as you?
A horrible, monstrous beast! A horrible
horrible, monstrous beast! Crazy old...
Oops, missed that.
Crazy old Maurice.
Enos Robotic.
Crazy, like not sane.
Crazy old Maurice.
Boy drowning in 57. Boy drowning in 57.
Oh, these need to get trimmed too a little bit. Okay.
Drowning in 57.
Since then, there.
We'll probably have to do a lot of that.
Hey, wasn't that the road up for Camp Crystal Lake back there?
With the killer on.
Thanks, Dwayne.
Colombian gold man, grass, hash, the weed, dig it? Colombian gold man, grass. Colombian gold man, grass, hash, the weed, dig it? Hash, the weed, dig it?
The count.
It's gonna storm. You can tear down that valley like a son of a gun. It's gonna storm. You can tear down that valley. It's gonna storm. You can tear down that valley like a son of a gun.
It's the most sincere bit of acting in this movie, for sure.
So you give some power to the real weapon, so when the rubber weapon comes in, it still has that power and weight and strength. So you give some power to the real weapon, so when the rubber weapon comes in, it still has that power and weight and strength and of the real axe.
That's why we. Except the boy.
Oh, hi. What you doing out in this mess?
Oh, you know. Nice.
Oh, hi. What you doing out in this mess?
What were we saying yes to, Jordan? Thank you, Serious Crisis.
What you doing out in this mess?
Oh, you know.
I like Tarantino movies a lot. They got me into filmmaking.
Nice.
Oh, hi.
He's one of Chelsea's favorite filmmakers as well.
You recognize it.
Oh, hi.
Oh, cool.
What you doing out in this mess?
Oh, you. There. Dear. Around here.
How are you? Well, I'm Mrs. Voorhees, an old friend of the Christies. An old friend of the Christies.
There, Alice.
Steve should never have opened. Steve should never have opened this place again. There's been too much trouble here.
What's the new podcast episode going to be about? I'm not sure. That's up to Chelsea. I know that we were considering doing The Green Knight, even though it's not like horror, but...
Steve should never have opened this place again. There's been too much trouble here. Again, there's been too much trouble here.
Prior to Friday.
I need the car. Send me the script.
Did you know that a young boy drowned the year before those two others were killed? The counselors weren't paying any attention. They were making love while that young boy drowned.
God, Betsy Palmer's so
Were
good.
making love while that young boy drowned.
She says Jason.
Look what you...
Man, if these recounts bomb, I guess it'll show that people really only do watch it for the kills. We'll see. Hope they don't, because they're taking up 3 months of the channel's releases.
Counselors like the ones that let him drown.
Look what you did to him!
Oh man, it'd be embarrassing to have to like bail out on the recounts. Like they were just eating shit, and then by like Jason Lives, I would just be like, I gotta stop doing this.
Did to him!
Alrighty, yeah.
Kill her, Mommy. Kill her. Don't let her get away, Mommy. I won't. Kill her, Mommy. Kill her. Don't let her get away, Mommy. I won't, Jason. I won't.
Gotta say, Betsy, whatever you're paying your dentist, it's not enough. She catches.
Oh, when we hit somebody on stage, we hit somebody.
For real.
Oh, when we hit somebody.
For real.
Oh, when we hit somebody on stage, we hit somebody.
I hope.
We all did everything ourselves. I mean, what you saw was what we did.
Good thing Pam didn't land each other there.
We all did everything ourselves. I mean, what you saw was what we did.
Good thing Pam. It doesn't.
Were it not for her, I would have been Jason. I would have been the first Jason, and I'm not bitter.
And so it was.
I'm not bitter.
And so it was Ari.
Ma'am.
Alice doesn't think so, though.
Ma'am, we didn't find any boy.
Then he's still there.
Alice doesn't think so, though.
Ma'am, we didn't find any boy.
Then he's still there.
Or is he? No, wait.
Okay, that's all the sound ups. Oh, you know what? I actually need to get footage that I recorded. Hi, Right Pixel. Welcome to the channel. Need to upload that to use in this. So, what would that be? Dropbox. Dead meat. Video projects. Kill counts. Friday 1. Recount. Other media. Add. Upload file. Let me just find this little video that I took that I need to add. There's that RECOUNT ad. Not that. How long ago did I fucking take this video? Oh, I think I found it. There we go. Upload that. Cool. Hi, Talha. Talha, how's it going? Is the video being uploaded today? If it is, you ain't seeing it. Comes out on Friday. Yeah, Patrick, probably. I think they're, you know, the most widely used software. Hi, Gunner and Happy. What's up? Okay. So while that uploads, because that's the next thing I want to work on is this. Let's get it to a good position here.
What can a mother's love kill? Well, before I tell you.
Hope I can make this one good.
others love kill? Well, before I tell you, did you know that?
Okay, and then we'll have to grab some music from the movie here. Probably around here. No, here.
Boy drowned.
Yes. Okay. I'm assuming the music isn't completely isolated, so we'll have to figure something out with this. But let's see. Audio channels. The center channel will probably be the dialogue, so let's see if it's just the left and right that the music's on. I feel like it's still going to be dialogue, though. Ooh, it's just the music! ISO channels. Nice! Okay, so this is just chill-ass music.
Before I tell you, did you know that there was once a young kitty named... Before I tell you, did you know that there was once a young kitty named Lucy who didn't get pets one day?
I'm going to very much enjoy this. Still uploading. I guess I'll probably need some sound effects of a cat meowing, so let me look that up. Meow. I got a little sweat drop there. It was hot in that room when I was filming. All right, what do we got here? Pretty good. Ooh, I like that too. I'm just going to grab a whole bunch of these and use them. Thank you, Kiara Layden. Oh, wait, that's a different project, isn't it? Let me close that project. I'm sure I'll save it just in case I got it wrong. Okay. Other media, non-movies. Stick these meows in there, and this footage of Lucy is still uploading, but maybe we can start to work with this. This one I think I like the most, but it's very short. this one has the length that I'll need, so let's just use this. I hope this works out. So far, my to the numbers bits have mostly worked out. I think the only one that didn't end up being good that I look back at and I'm like, wish I'd done that different or come up with something else, is the tourist trap one. It's weird. It's kind of dumb. I don't like to call my own stuff cringe, but the tourist trap to the numbers bit is the closest I would come to that.
There was once a young kitty named Lucy who
Oh, let's not start that until here.
didn't get pets one day. Oh, the
Probably don't need it quite that frequently. Space them out a bit.
pets one day. Oh.
That might work. Thanks, Joe Davis. Wait, are you Joe Davis, Joe Davis? Are you the Joe Davis? Do I know Grozio, Michigan? Yeah, I know it. The one who used to land with y'all in Bike Wars? Fuck yeah, Joe Davis knows. Yeah, dude. Speeder Bike Wars, man. Oh, shit, yeah. Hey, Joe. How's it going, dude? You still in Michigan? Oh, hey, what up, Slimy Lammy? Slimy Lammy. Is this done uploading yet? This video's taking forever to upload to Dropbox. Yeah, it is amazing we didn't kill ourselves, dude. I look back at half the shit we did, and I'm like, if I tried a quarter of that now, a quarter of half of the shit we did now, I would die. So old. That or the fucking trampoline. Yeah, the trampoline that had not only no net around it, like you kind of have to have nowadays, but we didn't even have the tarp over the strings, like the padding over the strings. It was springs. It was just exposed springs around the edge. And then there was a hole in the trampoline that you just had to be mindful of. Or otherwise your fucking foot was going through it, and you're probably breaking your foot or your ankle. We had people land on those springs several times because, of course, we were backyard wrestling on the trampoline. I don't remember if I ever jumped off the shed roof onto the trampoline. I definitely jumped off of ladders onto friends. Don't do that, by the way. Any youths in here. Don't be like me. Just waiting for this footage to upload, and then I can do this segment. Oh, you know what? I can throw in the kill count trailer, I guess. Is Joe Davis famous? Joe Davis is famous in the life of James. And that's good enough for me. Where would this trailer be? That would be in my Slack with Zoran. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Oh, wait. I think I already downloaded it. Yes. Okay. All right. Time to spoil this, I guess. Oh, I need the numbers bit too. That's what I need. Jesus. Okay. So this goes here. And let me open up. What's the last kill count I did? I don't know, PG. Let me open up PG just to see how this fits in and copy that. LAN parties and bike wars. Fuck yeah, dude. Perfect. Perfect. Just two things to mention from my childhood to make me be like, yep. There's an LNGD. Oh, it was Don't Breathe. You're right. Oh, well. This works. I just need the elements here. So what we do is copy this, and then it'll be 1, 2, 3 frames. In is the... Do that. And then... fuck, how's this work? I think this, and then this. No, 3 frames. 1, 2, 3. And then that starts there. Is that how that is? How does this work? PG-10. So this has been the kill. Oh wow, that like starts right away. So it would be like this.
This has been the kill count.
On the next.
This has been the kill count.
On the.
Yeah, that sounds good enough to me. And then this. Let me just grab from here. And blue. Oh, blue goes there. Interesting. Blue at here. Is that right?
Hey, Janice, this has been the kill count.
On the next.
That comes in early, I feel.
Kill count.
That's close.
Kill count.
On the next.
Yeah, that's better. Okay. Do 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 do.
The experience of watching a film.
Thanks a lot for watching this.
Experience of watching a film.
Add frame hold and then let those. Stick that there. The red starts there.
Film.
Thanks a lot for watching this kill recount.
Film.
Thanks a lot for watching.
Cool. Thank you, Matthew Dewsbury. Okay, so we got the trailer in there. Cool. And oh shit, did this finish uploading? Yes, it did. Let me download that real fast. Kill counts. Friday 1 recount. Other media. Download this clip of Lucy. How come in this kill count he has a beard, but he doesn't have a beard now? I don't know, man. What could have possibly happened between this video that was filmed in the past and the present moment where I sit today? I shaved. That's right. That's right. That's what happened. Forgot. But that's a thing. Other media. Oops. I should go in that folder. Editing magic. The editors had to edit a beard back onto James. There was that one time where what was it? Was it a wrong turn kill count? Where I shaved after filming, but then I had to refilm the numbers, and I was just like, yeah, fake beard. Okay, let's see if I can make this work. This is the part where I'm not sure if I'll make it work, but I will do my best here. Okay, let's see how this is gonna work. Oh, did I film that in 4K? Of course I did. So, rotation 90, scale 50. Okay. This is so fucking stupid.
Didn't get pets one day? Oh, the horror movie characters around her were too busy being killed to pet her.
So fucking stupid. No wonder that took so long to upload. It was a fucking 4K video, dude.
Oh, to pet her. Oh, to pet her.
Thanks, Ender in the chin.
Her were too busy being killed to pet her. What's that, Lucy? What about the numbers? Count them, James. Count them, James. Count them, James. Count them, James. Count them. I will, Lucy. I will.
Okay. I think this is about as good as it's gonna be.
No, wait, he definitely is. We've got 10 more movies ahead to prove it. How many people can a mother's love kill? Well, before I tell you, did you know that there was once a young kitty named Lucy who didn't get pets one day? Oh, the horror movie characters around her were too busy being killed to pet her. What's that, Lucy? What about the numbers? Count them, James. Count them. I will, Lucy. I will.
Yep. That's what that is. All right. And then did I fix up the numbers already? Let's see. 8-3. Probably not. Well, no. Looks like I at least relinked the media. That's good. Save changes. No, don't need to save those changes. When was this? This probably isn't updated. All right. Sound effects. Kill count. Here we go. And then numbers. Friday the Kill. Friday the 13th. Captured video. Don't want the proxy, so it's this one. And then numbers, audio. And just a background, graphic, backgrounds. There we go. All right.
10 people died in Friday the 13th, but those were make-believe kills, unlike that poor snake. The victims consisted of 5 men and 5 women, a nice even split to
Wait, something's not right here. This mask is off. that would be bodies, bodies line 2. And I'm assuming it's not woman rope. Is it this one? Nope. Is it this one? It's that one. And there should be a mask on this. Is that right? Yes, a mask. Mask 1. And... Oops. What the fuck? Yeah, that needs to be moved up. Shape? Why can't I just see where this mask is? Fuck, I wish I knew After Effects a little bit better. Body layer woman 90%. If I move this up, does that do anything? Oh, okay. Sure, I'll do it like that, even though that seems weird. So raise that and then raise that a little bit. There we go. Great. Save that. Thanks, Brooks Gorman. Okay, and that should fix that there. Cool. And everything else looks good. All right. So
10 people died in
when I start to say 10, this should be happening already.
10 people died in Friday the 13th, but those...
Oops. And then, I guess. Weird way of doing this.
Friday the 13th, but those were make-believe kills. Unlike that poor snake. The victims consisted of 5 men and 5 women.
I'd like that a little bit sooner.
Consisted of 5 men and 5 women. A nice...
Okay.
A nice even split to kick off this franchise. With a runtime of 95 minutes in the unrated version that I used, that left us with a kill on average every 9.5 minutes.
Cool. And now sound effects. Oh, that should probably come in a tiny bit earlier. Like here. Okay. Cool. All right. And then I will close this project, import this project here into the graphics, create a folder for imported items so it's kept nice and neat. Open that, sequence, copy all that, come back here and paste it. Boom. Let's have it paste onto the proper tracks. Okay. That should do it.
10 people died.
Probably don't need that much lead time there.
10 people died in Friday the 13th.
Great. Okay. And then what's this numbers graphic doing here?
9.5 minutes.
Weird. All right. Don't need that.
Nine and a half minutes. I'll give the golden chainsaw the coolest minutes. I'll give the golden
Okay. Hey, Bree, you in here? I saw you earlier talking about faking facial hair. So cool seeing the sausage get made, JP Robinson. That's why I do it, dog. I'm glad you enjoy it. Yes, can you, in your template project, can you delete all these keyframes at the end of this music thing? I don't need it to go up like that anymore. So the only ones I want to leave in is this like slight ramp down there. Everything else at the end, can you please get rid of? Thank ya. Is that the whole music or just the end music? That is just the end music, to the numbers part. Or the numbers part. Okay. And let's see, is that all good? Cool. Just gonna watch this one more time.
And to prove it, how many people can a mother's love kill? Well, before I tell you, did you know that there was once a young kitty named Lucy who didn't get pets one day? Oh, the horror movie characters around her were too busy being killed to pet her. What's that, Lucy? What about the numbers? Count them, James. Count them. I will, Lucy. I will.
Great. Okay. Happy with that. I think that's all I need to do now is... Oh, wow. Thank you, Ben España. Thank you. And thank you, Savage Phantoms 9000. What gave me the idea to recount? It's something I've been thinking about for the past year or so, just because they're so much different than kill counts now. And so I just decided I want to do... Because I think it sucks if, you find the channel and you're watching kill counts and you're watching kill counts that have been made in the past couple of years and you're like, oh, this is really cool. I like all the background information and this guy's presentation is real good. And then you're like, oh, Friday the 13th, that's a huge horror movie. I'd love to watch the kill count on that. And then you go to watch it and it's just this speed run where I'm just like, there are jokes and I'm happy with a lot of the jokes in there, but the delivery's weird and there's not any information about how the movie was made. And if you had been watching older kill counts, you might have come to expect that and want that for such a big, popular movie. So I want people, when they go to the Friday the 13th kill count, to get the same experience as they do watching later kill counts. The same, rich information about the behind the scenes and everything. And so that's why we're doing this. Remix. All right, so right now I'm exporting the audio, just my audio, to normalize and get it all at a loud, even volume using Audition. And then I'm just going to sit here and watch this video, and y'all get to see a sneak preview of it. And I don't even know if I'll have to change anything. And there's one lower third that I have to add, but I'm pretty sure that I can... That's the only thing. I think I watched the rest of it, and it should be all good. Thanks, SMJR Patty Bruce Lane. Thank you, Taylor. Well, you're in luck about the podcast. That comes back in 2 weeks. Next week, I guess. Okay, got my processed audio here. Import that, and then make a new sequence with the processed audio. Thank you, Ray MC. That's probably not true, but I appreciate it anyway. Okay. Let's watch this motherfucker. Let's render it. Thanks, Nintendo Dave. I've still never seen The Crow. That's one of my weird blind spots. Thank you, that Mario Rivera. Kind of. I don't really watch it. I'll probably tune in for SummerSlam. I think the big 3 men one-on-one fights. Oh, and Bianca versus Sasha, right? So those 4 matches I think will be interesting. Roman v. Cena. Oh, man. I kind of want to watch the last 2 SmackDowns I missed. Has Cena been good? I watched Money in the Bank, and I watched the SmackDown after that to see what Cena was doing. Has he been there the past 2 episodes? Because I didn't watch the last 2. And I want to see what they do with Lashley v. Goldberg. I'm assuming Lashley's going over. That'd be fucked up if he didn't. Just rendering this, and I'm going to watch it down. Thanks, Alex. And Connor. Thank you, Connor Bell.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies and learn a lot about them too. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're once again looking at the original.
Oh, wait. Did Chelsea ever respond? Haha, sure. Can I walk into the room? Yes, hon. You can. You won't be on screen. Chels? Oh, maybe that wasn't her. Maybe that was Lucy. Yeah, you won't be on screen. Chelsea said I can play Millhouse. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Where did she send it to me? Was it an email? Hold on. Voices? Oh, hold on. Care back. Voices. Here we go. Okay. All right. So this is Chelsea that you're about to hear. This is her doing voice work, practicing. Just have this for her first lesson. Literally, her first lesson. She had a homework assignment, do some cartoon characters, and so this is her doing that assignment.
What's the hurry?
Oh no, that's the actual Pokemon clip. So it's like clip and then her doing it.
Since Ditto is ours for the moment, let's have some fun before we hand it over to the boss.
Some fun?
Ditto, what would the person in this picture look like if he were an adult? Transform and show me.
Whose picture is that? Let me see.
No way! This is personal, James!
Me?
Stop it!
Say.
Let's see. Ha! It's a little boy!
Ooh, Jesse has a boyfriend?
He was my first true love.
First love?
Show me.
What's the hurry? Since Ditto is ours for the moment, let's have some fun before we hand it over to the boss. Ditto, what would the person in this picture look like if he were an adult? Transform and show me. No way! This is personal, James! Stop it! Don't! He was my first true love. Show me.
What? No! Heck, if anything, ever since I became...
Oh yeah.
Chug to get those.
This is living. Is it, Bart? Is it
Here's
really?
real Millhouse.
Yeah. Ever since I became a movie star, I've been miserable. I had to get up at 5 a.m. just for makeup. I like the way the blush brings out my cheekbones, but it's not worth it. And making movies is so horribly repetitive. I've said Jiminy Jilliker so many times the words have lost all meaning.
Here's
We've
Chelsea.
got to do the
Well, not
Jiminy
this.
Jilliker scene again, Milhouse.
But we already did it. It took 7 hours, but we did it. It's done.
Here's Chelsea.
Is it, Bart? Is it really? Ever since I became a movie star, I've been miserable. I had to get up at 5 a.m. just for makeup. I like the way the blush brings out my cheekbones, but it's not worth it. And making movies is so horribly repetitive. I've said Jiminy Jilliker so many times the words have lost all meaning. But we already did it. It took 7 hours, but we did it. It's done.
Oh, I love it. I love it. That's like her first go at it. Is that good? I love it. All right, back to this.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies, and learn a lot about them too. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're once again looking at the original Friday the 13th, released in 1980. When I launched Dead Meat in 2017, I chose to begin the Kill Count with the Friday the 13th franchise. On April 7th, I released the very first episode of this show, where I looked at a low-budget slasher that would change the horror genre forever. Since then, I've made nearly 300... I released the very...
Bree, for specific videos, and I feel like I've gone back and forth on this, but for specific videos, I do want them to be cited more like a TV episode. So, title and then release date. And that would be 04, 07, 20. Nope, 2017. Jesus.
On April 7th, I released the very first episode of this show, where I looked at a low-budget slasher that would change the horror genre forever. Since then, I've made nearly 300 episodes of the Kill Count, and in that time, the show has evolved dramatically. It is now a much more informative...
Oh, fuck. That is, gonna fuck with this.
Count, and in that time, the show has evolved...
This would be here, here, and then here. What day did the Cooties Kill Count come out? Use the show format, but take out season and episode then? Yeah, just the release date. Correct. Cooties Kill Count came out July 16th, 2021. Okay. Cooties 2014 kill count, and that was 7/16/2021. Okay. Then do this cross dissolve.
Of the Kill Count, and in that time, the show has evolved dramatically. It is now a much more informative and celebratory production, free of the cynicism and speed talking that were signatures of my earliest episodes. It made sense for me to start the channel with Friday the 13th, and because I did, I was lucky enough to see Dead Meat grow real big real fast. Now I want to go back and give this historic franchise its proper due. My original episodes were cursory, and
Fuck.
while charming,
Come on, Premiere.
somewhat
Stop.
shallow. It's time to give Friday the 13th the 5-star Kill Count treatment. That's because no other franchise has shaped franchise its proper due. My original episodes were cursory, and while charming, somewhat shallow. It's time to give Friday the 13th the 5-star Kill Count treatment. That's because no other franchise has shaped the horror genre quite like Friday has. When people think of horror movies, they think of Friday the 13th. Maybe not by name, but they're probably picturing a hulking killer in a hockey mask slaughtering scantily clad teenagers. There was a Friday the 13th movie slaughtering scantily...
Let's zoom in on this a little bit just to get rid of any hint of butt.
mask slaughtering scantily clad teenagers. There was a Friday the 13th movie released in 8 of the 10 years of the 80s, right as the horror genre was becoming better known in mainstream pop culture. The tropes of the franchise became the tropes of the genre. Its weaknesses became the criticisms of horror as a whole. To date, 12
Come
Friday
on.
the
Wow.
13th
Damn.
movies have
Premiere
been
is
released,
acting a
all of
fool
them
with all this other
theatrically, and
footage.
as a whole. To date, 12 Friday the 13th movies have been released, all of them theatrically, and most of them successful at the box office. For better or worse, this franchise is the genre's standard bearer, and holding the flag high is the ghoulish goalie, Jason Voorhees. Jason is so infamous, he often just goes by his first name, and he's known to anyone who pays attention to pop culture, even if they've never seen a horror film before. Sure, they might have some inaccurate assumptions about him. Most commonly, he's erroneously depicted with a chainsaw instead of his trademark machete. I'm guessing that comes from some sort of mental merging with
Oh my God, Premiere, just accept that there are other clips that you need to show, okay?
I'm guessing that comes from some sort of mental merging with Leatherface, seeing as how Jason has only ever been attacked by a chainsaw before. He's never wielded one himself. Despite the occasional misconception, though, Jason is still probably the best-known horror movie killer. And yet, he's not the killer in the film that started his franchise. This fun fact was widely disseminated thanks to Scream, but it's still interesting to reflect on how horror's most infamous murderer didn't show up looking like himself until the third movie in the series. The original film is a bit of a whodunit and reveals its killer after 70 minutes of first-person shots that it lifted from Halloween, and which was done in Black Christmas even before that, but no one ever seems to give that movie the credit it deserves. In any case, it was Halloween that producer Sean S. Cunningham asked writer Victor Miller to imitate. And I don't mean just a little bit.
Sean called me up and said, Halloween is making incredible money at the box office, let's rip it off. That is keeping it real.
After producing Wes Craven's Last House on the Left in 1972, Cunningham found himself making unsuccessful kids films with Miller and producer Steve Miner. He figured horror was the best way to make something profitable, and set out to do it with nothing more than a title, Friday the 13th.
I didn't know what the movie was going to be, but the idea of the title intrigued me.
Motherfucker put an ad in Variety calling it the most terrifying film ever made, even though he didn't have a script or story yet. And the damnedest thing is, that worked. A trio of shady theater owners from Boston were so impressed by the ad, they gave Cunningham $500,000 to make his movie. As with their Little League Kids films, Cunningham directed and produced Friday, while Miller wrote the screenplay. A legal battle of rights between these two is the reason the franchise hasn't had a new film in a dozen years, even while other series see resurrections and revivals. I can't get into the weeds of that lawsuit here, but it is why the video game stopped being updated. Damn shame. That game was great.
I guess I'll just put Source Dead Meat on YouTube for that one. I don't feel like looking up the actual video there.
Of that lawsuit here, but it is why the video game stopped being updated. Damn shame. That game was great. Unlike this movie. I might get some shit for this, but as important as this movie is to the genre and me personally, I think it's pretty bad. And I'm not alone. Betsy Palmer knew what was up.
He sent me the script, I read it, and I said, what a piece of shit.
Oh my God, she said that sitting...
Piece of shit.
Oh, Betsy. Wish I could have met her.
Piece of shit.
Oh my God.
What a piece of shit. Piece of shit.
Oh my God, she said that sitting right next to Vic Miller. Though Palmer later came around to the film, her initial assessment was right. Friday the 13th is a plodding bore that doesn't do anything better than slashers made before or since. In fact, I think it makes the subgenre look bad. There's a litany of other slashers that are better made or more entertaining, or both. In this first Friday film, scenes drag on forever, with all the urgency of an Italian neorealist film. That's the genre so slow that its most famous movie is 90 minutes of a dude looking for his dog. I honestly think the only reasons this movie got famous is because of its great marketing and because it did a good job combining parts taken from other horror films. Because Halloween wasn't the only one that Friday ripped off.
Sean was very insistent that we borrow from Hitchcock.
Regardless, a lot of people fucking love this franchise, and I can respect that. It's kind of a populist series. These movies are dependable, almost blue-collar in a way. You know what you're gonna get with them every single time. Plus, there are some things, even in this first one, that are genuinely great. The name, which does kick ass, the music by Harry Manfredini, the late injection of energy, courtesy of Ms. Betsy Palmer, and of course, the thing this channel was built upon, and the one place where Friday blows Halloween away, the kills and makeup effects infamously done by Tom Savini. How many were there? Well, I've told you once before, but it's always good to go back and double check your work. Let's get to the kills. The movie begins at Camp Crystal Lake in 1958. This cold open that takes place in the past was another thing Miller took directly from Halloween. As a shaky point of view shot checks in on their checker-playing young charges, the camp counselors strum guitars and sing Bible tunes by the fire. Hallelujah. Claudette and Barry both get horny for Jesus, so they clasp each other's Christ-loving hands and sneak away for some barn attic fool-arounds. Things are getting real sexy on that potato sack when the first-person intruder happens upon them.
We weren't doing anything, we were just
getting killed! An off-screen stab leaves a bloody wound in Barry's gut and gives us the first ever kill of the Friday the 13th franchise. Claudette, despite being a box thrower, also meets her end when the camera comes at her face in choppy slow-mo and kills her with a freeze frame. After the screen flashes to white, we get a title card! Oh, damn it, broke the mirror. The opening credits are painfully plain, just white Helvetica-looking font against a black background. It's shocking they'd stick to the style as long as they did, but I guess it allows you to enjoy Harry Manfredini's score. Although it's pretty similar to Bernard Herrmann's Psycho score, I maintain that Manfredini's music and sound design was essential to Friday the 13th's success. It's now present day, which for this movie means 1979. Annie Phillips is trying to get to Camp Crystal Lake, but everyone in town gives her dirty looks for bringing the place up.
Camp Blood. They're opening that place again?
Hell yeah they are, lady, which has got the town's eccentric Crazy Ralph wilding out.
Never come back again. Oh, shut up, Ralph.
Nah, you don't need to shut up, Ralph. Say whatever you want, my bucket hat wearing friend.
It's got a death curse.
Yeah, death curse.
Nope, that needs to be trimmed.
Death curse.
Yeah, death curses and shit. That's better than the type of shit Enos the truck driver be saying.
All the girls up there gonna look as good as you?
Oh, man. And watch the hands, Enos. Come on. If Enos's voice sounds familiar, by the way, might be because actor Rex Everhart voiced freaking Maurice in Beauty and the Beast.
A horrible, monstrous beast!
So
This also needs to be trimmed.
and the Beast.
A horrible, monstrous beast!
Beast.
A horrible, monstrous beast!
So I guess this town's got two crazy old...
Let's also do this. Oops.
Beast!
So I guess this town's got two crazy old men in it.
Crazy old Maurice.
Oops. What did I do there? Hallelujah.
Crazy old men in it.
Crazy old Maurice.
Enos reluctantly drives Andy towards the camp, telling her all about its past troubles, which seem to stem from one tragic accident.
Boy drowning in 57?
Since then, there have been fires and water poisoning, but Annie swears she'll be okay, so he drops her off and wishes her well. Later, Annie's picked up by an unseen driver who speeds past the camp's turnoff and brings in the Manfredini.
Hey, wasn't that the road up for Camp Crystal Lake back there?
With the killer unseen for most of the film, Manfredini used the music as a stand-in and signifier. When you heard it, you knew the killer was there. He was inspired by a similar use of the shark theme in Jaws. To escape that music to murder by, Annie tucks and rolls in a stunt actually performed by her actor Robbie Morgan. Annie takes off into the woods and is pursued by the vehicle driver, who eventually catches up to her and slits her throat against a tree. Those cold open kills were deceptively tame. Now we're getting the full Savini. For this effect,
Thanks,
Savini
Buster
used
Mark
a mold of
and
Robbie
Funny Gooden
Morgan's
Brothers.
neck to make a rubber prosthetic she wore over a blood tube that ran up her sleeves. Love the way the prosthetic slits open when Robbie Morgan moves her jaw. Tom Savini was 26 years old when Cunningham sought him out based on his work in Dawn of the Dead. He was one of the first people hired and was essential to bringing Friday to life. I think his contributions are right up there with Sean Cunningham, producer Steve Miner, and Vic Miller. Looks like Annie won't be able to cook for Camp Crystal Lake's reopening, which is headed by this dude who's gonna hurt his back chopping wood that way. This mustachioed man is Steve Christie, and he's hired a bunch of teens to be his counselors, some of whom arrive backed by a peculiar music choice that seems completely out of place in the series. Seriously, where did that bluegrass come from? And more importantly, where does it go? Steve Christie's favorite employee is Alice Hardy, played by Adrienne King. She's a capable handy woman and artist, which wins her special attention from Steve and his jorts. Yeah, I'm not a body language expert or nothing, but something tells me she's not a fan of that face caressing. Steve heads into town, leaving his merry band of counselors behind. Since there are future meatbags for the skill count, let's meet them. And don't worry, it won't take long. They're not that deep. They were meant to be down-to-earth kids next.
I'm gonna drop the music by a decibel. Maybe at 1.5.
Store types, which is why casting.
Let me see how the beginning sounds compared to that.
Welcome to the kill count, where we.
Also, that feels like it's too long.
Welcome to the kill count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies and learn a lot about them too. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're. Welcome to the kill count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies and learn a lot about them too. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're once again looking at the original Friday the 13th, released in 1980. When I launched Dead Meat in 2017, I chose to begin the kill count with the Friday the 13th franchise. On April 7th, I released the very first episode.
I hate that audio switches hard like that. What's this sound like?
On April 7th, I released the very...
Can I just do this?
On April 7th, I released the very first episode of this show, where I looked at a...
I kind of want to do that. Fuck. Let's see here.
On April 7th, I released the very first episode of this show, where I looked at a low...
So that's 2 frames. Okay. Let me do this and re-export this audio because I just don't want that to be so abrupt. Remix, intro, export, pull into Audition, and then we're going to take this processed thing and we will do 2 frames. Oh, no. It's 2 frames here. 2 frames. Hopefully this video has 2 frames left on it. Yes, okay. And then that would just require pulling this out to cover that. Let's process the new stem I just exported. Intro, run that. That's done. Re-import that. Stick that. Whoa. Is that right? Oh, there it is. Stick that in here. Is that right?
I chose to begin the kill count with the Friday the 13th.
Oh, fuck. I forgot that I also removed 4 frames from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. See if that works. I'll just put it down here and see what that looks like. Whoa, I'm fucking up here. All right, that track is clear, so I can do this. let's just get this right here. Pull that up. And do that. Okay.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies.
Okay. And then this is
The 13th franchise. On April 7th, I released the very first episode of this show, where I looked at a low-budget slasher that would change the horror
there. That's much less abrupt.
genre forever. Since then, I've made nearly
Cool. Okay. That makes me feel better there. And then
culture, even if they've never seen a horror film before. Sure, they might have some
I think that
inaccurate
background music is
assumptions
quiet
about
enough
him.
there.
Most
Okay.
commonly, he's erroneously depicted with a chainsaw instead of his trademark machete. I'm guessing that comes from some sort of mental merge.
Okay. And then where
Never
were
been
we?
attacked by a chainsaw before. He's never wielded one himself.
Come on, Premiere.
Despite the occasional misconception, though, Jason is still probably the best known
Come on,
horror
Premiere.
movie killer.
Okay. Where was that? Where were we? Past the first two kills. Got past Annie. Got past Savini. Banjo music. Oh, yeah, here we are.
Fan of that face caressing. Steve heads into town, leaving his merry band of counselors behind. Since there are future meatbags for this kill count, let's meet them. And don't worry, it won't take long. They're not that deep. They were meant to be down-to-earth kids next door types, which is why casting directors Julie Hughes and Barry Moss hired New York stage actors, as opposed to more conventionally attractive screen actors from LA. Brenda's the responsible one, making her a target of the camp goofster Ned, whose pranks range from the dangerous to the deceptive to the Dan Snyder-esque. The super sexy horny couple is Jack and Marcy. Jack, of course, played by Kevin Bacon. By this point, Bacon had had a part in Animal House, but he had gone back to waiting tables in New York before he was cast in Friday. He'd later go on to huge fame after starring in Footloose, but unfortunately, I've never seen him in any Friday the 13th special features. What, you too good for horror, Kevin? There's also Bill, who's kind of another love interest for Alice, but he's pretty much a nothing guy. Most interesting thing about him is that he's played by Bing Crosby's son, Harry, and that it's really him playing guitar in a later scene. That's a tasty lick, brah. Most of Act 1 is these kids doing random shit around the camp. Friday was filmed over 7 weeks in the fall of 1979 at an actual Boy Scout camp called Novi Bosco in Blairstown, New Jersey. I actually own a piece of the doc used in this movie, since Chelsea got it for me after I started Dead Meat. Thanks, hun. Unlike in my original video, I'm not gonna show the footage of when they killed the real-life snake. I only mention it because it's a well-known oddity of the film, and because the story behind it pisses me off, so I've got a rant for a minute. Turns out that snake wasn't just a random one they found and killed. It was a snake performer and pet owned by a guy who didn't know they were going to kill it. Savini asked to borrow it, and they hacked it up without warning. What the fuck is that about, man? That's fucked up, Tom. The kids speak to a police officer in a pretty pointless scene, and one that upset writer Victor Miller because it wasn't in his screenplay. It was added to provide some humor at the request of Phil Scuderi, one of the Boston backers from Esquire Theaters. He had the late Ron Kurz do uncredited script editions, which led to Kurz writing the screenplay for Friday Part 2. Miller hated the scene, saying the cop's presence ruins the camp's sense of isolation. But isn't that worth it to hear this extensive list of weed slang?
Colombian gold man, grass, hash, the weed, dig it?
The counselor's last
I might get rid of that whole part with the cop. I don't know if that's interesting enough. What's tough is when there's so much information about the making of a movie, like there is with Friday the 13th, because it got huge, and, you know, it's been 40 years, and everyone's talked about their experience on set and everything, so there's so much information, and when you hear it over and over and over again, you start to forget what really is the interesting stuff and what's, like, worth including. Because there's so many other facts I could include and didn't. And this is right on the line of, like, the only reason I'm interested in this is because of the fact that it was written by the guy who would go on to write Part 2, but I could probably just include that in the Part 2 kill count. So I think I'm just going to get rid of this segment because it's coming after a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, right? Like, where it was filmed, the whole snake thing. This is a whole nother behind-the-scenes clip that goes on for... Is that like a minute? How long is this? It's 30 seconds. That's a long time for a YouTube video. And I just don't want it to feel too bloated. So I'm going to get rid of it, I think.
What about, man? The count.
Oh, wait, I accidentally got rid of the... That's fucked up, Tom.
That's fucked up, Tom. The counselor's last.
Okay, cool. That cuts nicely, and then I just gotta fix the music. All right, yeah. Just shave 30 seconds off the video. I think that's fine.
Owned by a guy who didn't know they were going to kill it. Savini asked to borrow it, and they hacked it up without warning. What the fuck is that about, man? That's fucked up, Tom. The counselor's last pre-supper time experience is a pop-up pantry visit from Crazy Ralph. He prattles on about how doomed they are before piecing out the front door and speed walking away. You know what? I changed my mind. Shut up, Ralph. As the sun begins to set in an unusually beautiful shot for this film, all of Jack and Marcy's lakeside grab-ass causes Ned to grow jealous and sad. He sees an unknown person walk into a cabin, and after following them inside, is never seen alive again. Guess he's gonna miss the incoming thunderstorm, which is just film lights being flashed on and off, and some strangely sincere acting from Kevin Bacon.
It's gonna storm. You can tear down that valley like a son of a gun.
Excuse me, sir, what kind of movie do you think you're in right now? The storm moves over the lake in more shots that I legitimately enjoy as we begin this long night at Camp Blood, which was Victor Miller's original title for his script. Jack and Marcy take refuge inside a cabin, which is the perfect place to flash some butt crack and get to business. Yeah, it's horny o'clock here on Crystal Lake.
Is YouTube gonna be a fucking...
The perfect place to flash
YouTube
some butt
gonna be a pain in the ass about this fucking butt crack.
and
Like, this would be on a fucking network sitcom. You'd have a plumber over to your apartment, and it would be a funny joke. Should probably cover it up just in case. Fucking YouTube. Where the fuck's the Jason mask for censoring? That's not even in the old... God, things were not well organized before. Christ. All right. Let me search where this is. Jason. JasonMask.psd. Yeah, right there. Copy that. And then Friday the 13th recounts, still images, import that in here.
A cabin, which is the perfect place to flash some butt crack and get to business. Some butt crack and get to business. Cabin, which is the perfect place to flash some butt crack and get to business. Yeah, it's horny o'clock here on Crystal Lake, because the other counselors are starting up a game of strip Monopoly. Not joining the others for this camp-wide horny o'clock meeting? Ned, who's dead, baby. We see him with his throat slit in the top bunk above Jack and Marcy. So, you know that trope about how sex gets you killed in a horror movie? That thing was hammered home in the Friday the 13th franchise, which is why after Marcy leaves to wash up, we get a classic post-coital kill. Jack lights up a J, then feels some blood dripping from above. A nice distraction before a hand grabs him from distraction before a hand grabs him from beneath the bed. Jack is killed with an arrow that pierces through his neck from below. It's probably the film's most infamous kill, and is excellent even if these super high-res transfers reveal the slightly off-color prosthetic attached to Kevin Bacon's head. The rest of Bacon's body was underneath the bed, along with Tom Savini and head. The rest of Bacon's body was underneath the bed, along with Tom Savini and his assistant/friend Tasso Stavrakis, previously seen on the kill count in Day and Dawn of the Dead, films where he also helped Savini do makeup and stunts. While filming this kill, the blood tube's pump broke, so Stavrakis grabbed the hose and blew into it to save the shot. It caused the big spurt that makes Bacon visibly react and helps cement this kill visibly that makes Bacon visibly big spurt that makes Bacon visibly react and helps cement this kill as legendary. Jack's lover Marcy is the next one to go after some quality underpants time in the mirror. She turns around and sees her attacker, who raises an axe in the air and brings it down right into her face. It might not be as infamous as the arrow through the neck, but I love it all the same. For this kill,
do we have enough run time on this? Oh yeah.
Face. It might not be as
Oh wait, no, that's maybe this. Yeah, this is just yeah.
In the air and brings it down right into her face. It might not be as infamous as the arrow through the neck, but through the neck. It down right into her face. Through the neck, but I love the neck. As the arrow through the neck, but I love it all the same. For this kill, Savini used one of his favorite tricks of the subconscious. Show the audience that the murder weapon is real before doing the kill with a fake prop.
So you give some power to the real weapon, so when the rubber weapon comes in, it still has that power and weight and strength and of the real axe.
That's why we see the axe bang against the light and make a noise. It makes us feel an impact we never see, and disguises the rubber axe affixed to the actor's head with mortician's wax. Before our virginal final girl Alice can finish unbuttoning her blouse, the storm...
Is this shot that short? Oh.
Before our virginal final girl Alice can finish unbuttoning her blouse, the Storm kicks in and cancels Strip Monopoly. Damn, what are you, Storm? The horny police? Brenda goes back to her own cabin, where she puts on her finest Geppetto nightgown and settles in for a good read. Nothing to distract her from this literature. Except the voice of a crying little boy. Nothing besides that. Brenda heads outside in the pouring rain and winds up at the archery range. The floodlights come on, blinding her, and she's killed off screen by some arrows. But I'm counting her now because we hear her scream, implying that the kill has occurred. Bill and Alice start finding clues that things might not be cool at Crystal Lake. There is one great shot that I think is worth pointing out here. After Alice breaks the window to the office to call the police, the camera tracks over to look at them through the window, then continues tracking over to show that the phone line has been cut. I found that unusually artistic. With their vehicle similarly sabotaged, Alice and Bill are stranded here until Steve Christie gets back. That fucking guy. He's been hanging out in a diner as his teenage counselors get slaughtered. He gets back to camp only to be blinded by a light, and it ain't Manfred Mann. It's someone he recognizes.
Oh, hi. What are you doing out in this mess?
Oh, you know, chillin'. Killin'. Steve Christie's killed with an off-screen gut stab that cuts away faster than a flying machete. The POV killer turns off the camp's lights through the power of a fade to black. Bill leaves Alice to a couch nap as he goes to look at the generator, but when she wakes up sometime later, he still hasn't returned. Unbelievably, the movie still drags its feet this far in. We sit there and watch Alice make a pot of coffee, for God's sake. Come on, movie, this isn't suspenseful, it's boring. Can we please liven things up around here? Thank you. Alice finds Bill's body hung on the door with a bunch of arrows, stuck there like a plaid-shirted pincushion. With Alice's scream and some Manfredini, our first Friday Final Girl circuit begins. Kinda. Alice suffers from a boring false start as we sit there and watch her blockade a door with a single 2-minute long shot. It could have been cool if it didn't cut away Kinda. Alice suffers from a boring false start as we sit there and watch her blockade a door with a single 2-minute long shot. It could have been cool if it didn't cut away before Brenda's body flew in through the window. I already counted her earlier, but now we see that she's all roped up, and also that she looked suspiciously Savini-esque when she came in through that window. Alice's race is put on hold when she sees a car pull up. It's time for this movie to get an injection of character.
Well, I'm Mrs. Voorhees, an old friend of the Christies.
There, Alice. Betsy Palmer's here to finally make this movie interesting. You can already tell something's off with Mrs. V from her very first conversation, but she keeps up a facade of normality just long enough to fool Alice and give Palmer some kick-ass acting to do.
Steve should never have opened this place again. There's been too much trouble here.
Prior to Friday, Betsy Palmer was best known as a panelist on old game shows like I've Got a Secret. She wasn't eager to do a horror film, but her agent called her the same week her car broke down. The role paid $10,000, the same price as a Volkswagen Scirocco she wanted.
I need the car. Send me the script.
Palmer showed up the last 10 days of the shoot, and by all accounts was a lovely and considerate professional. Though she initially thought very little of the film, she came to appreciate that it kept her relevant late in her career. At this point, Mrs. Voorhees drops the act and reveals the motivation that would launch a dozen films.
Did you know that a young boy drowned the year before those two others were killed? The counselors weren't paying any attention. They were making love while that young boy drowned.
She says Jason's name for the first time ever and reveals that she's his mother, who's been trying to keep the camp closed since then. Thus the fire and water poisoning that Enos mentioned earlier. Although all of that is cool in retrospect, it's an awful reveal for a movie meant to be a whodunit. The unmet mother of the unmet kid who was one time mentioned to have drowned is a pretty impossible thing for any viewer to have guessed. The only reason it works at all is because of Betsy Palmer. Mrs. Voorhees starts having herself little hallucinations where she hears her son yelling for help. She promises that she will help by killing negligent counselors like the ones that let him drown.
Look what you did to him!
Alrighty, yeah, let's get this circus started for real. We've got some back and forth attacks, a dead body discovery, or two, haha, Christine, and, you know, the whole screaming and running around thing. Discovery, or two, haha, Christine, and, you know, the whole screaming and running around thing. Mrs. Voorhees does her part to make the race special, bringing out the crazy eyes and talking in a creepy little boy voice.
Kill her, Mommy. Kill her. Don't let her get away, Mommy. I won't, Jason. I won't.
Boy voice.
Kill her, Mommy. Kill her. Don't let her get away, Mommy. I won't, Jason. I won't.
Gotta say, Betsy, whatever you're paying your dentist, it's not enough. She catches up to Alice for a few rounds of catch, then a game of corner slap around, which saw Palmer actually hitting Adrian King for real.
Oh, when we hit somebody on stage, we hit somebody.
I hope King didn't pay her a receipt and actually uppercut her cooter with that gun butt there. The chase goes on to include a casual machete swipe and a Flynn Rider strike that makes Mrs. Voorhees bleed from her head. Good work, Alice. The long fight between Alice and Mrs. Voorhees, which continues after Alice retreats to the beach, was filmed over 2 nights. Which continues after Alice retreats to the beach, was filmed over 2 nights with fight choreography done by Savini and Stavrakis. Since production couldn't afford real stunt doubles, all this action was done by Palmer and King themselves. They really beat the shit out of each other there.
We all did everything ourselves. I mean, what you saw was what we did.
Good thing Pam didn't land that German suplex then. Alice escapes Mrs. Voorhees and grabs her machete off the ground. In a classic kill, she charges at Mrs. Voorhees in slow motion and cuts her head clean off, leaving some hairy hands behind grasping at air. Those hands belong to the bacon blood blower Tasso Stavrakis. He had the foam Mrs. Voorhees head attached to his shoulder with toothpicks so it would come off easily when it was hit with that real machete. Alice walks away the victor and is floating in a canoe the next morning as the cops arrive, promising safety at last. It's a lengthy sequence I enjoy thanks to Manfredini's score, which opens up to be lush and melodic for the first time in the film. It does a good job getting you nice and relaxed, as does the peaceful lake water. And And that's when Swampy Boy Jason appears in the so-called chair jumper ending. Another thing lifted from another horror movie, as Cunningham and Miller were ripping off the jump scare ending from Carrie. This first ever depiction of Jason Voorhees was performed by Ari Lehman, a kid actor suggested by producer Steve Miner since he knew him from Manny's Orphans, one of those kid movies he made with Cunningham and Miller. Originally, Cunningham was going to have his own son Noel do it, but his wife ixnayed that and play for him to be
I think it might.
Were it not for her, I would have been Jason. I would have been the first Jason, and I'm not bitter.
And so it was Ari Lehman who had to submerge himself without a wetsuit in New Jersey November lake water. But he loved doing it and excitedly discusses it to this day. Lively guy, fun to talk to. The movie ends with...
Oh yeah, that's one that I want to actually have, the Midsummer Screamed at Me. Thanks, Matthew Sabata. This is my I don't feel like doing my hair hat.
What if these were hidden until they...
What if you shut the fuck up, YouTube? Just kidding. You're my money source. That was 8/25/2019. Thanks, Adrian.
Discusses it to this day. Lively guy, fun to talk to. The movie ends with Alice waking up in the hospital, because that Jason jump scare was nothing but a dream. Alice doesn't think so, though.
Ma'am, we didn't find any boy.
Then he's still there.
Or is he? No, wait, he definitely is. We've got 10 more movies ahead to prove it. How many people can a mother's love kill? Well, before I tell you, did you know that there was once a young kitty named Lucy who didn't get pets one day? Oh, the horror movie characters around her were too busy being killed to pet her. What's that, Lucy? What about the numbers? Count them, James. Count them. I will, Lucy. I will.
Great. Make that section a little bit louder.
Well, before I tell you, did you know that there was once a young kitty named Lucy who didn't get pets one day? Oh, the horror movie characters around her were too busy being killed to pet her. What's that, Lucy? What about the numbers? Count them, James. Count them. I will, Lucy. I will. 10 people died in Friday the 13th, but those were make-believe kills, unlike that poor snake. The victims consisted of 5 men and 5 women, a nice even split to kick off this franchise. With a runtime of 95 minutes in the unrated version that I used, that left us with a kill on average every 9.5 minutes. I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Jack. I almost gave it to Mrs. Voorhees, but that kill was done with a fake head. The fact that we watch Kevin Bacon's face as he dies is what gives this kill the edge. Dull Machete for lamest kill will go to Steve Christie. I get making the first 2 kills low-key to catch viewers off guard later, but by time we get to body oil Steve's death, an off-screen stab doesn't cut it. And that's it. Friday the 13th came out in 1980 and made more money than The Shining, which came out 2 weeks later. I think its success was largely because of its marketing, which brings up one more dude critical to this movie's legacy. Frank Mancuso Sr. was a VP at Paramount when he bought the American distribution rights for Friday the 13th. Instead of playing it only in drive-ins and grindhouse theaters, he took the unusual approach of treating this little horror movie like a major motion picture. He opened it on 1,000 screens in mainstream theater chains with a huge marketing campaign targeted towards teens and 20-somethings. He believed in the movie's potential, and it paid off bigly. So much that Paramount asked for another one as soon as the box office reports came in. Part 2 would be released less than a as soon as the box office reports came in. Part 2 would be released less than a year. Part 2 would be released less than a year later, and I'll look at that on Friday. But until then, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill Count.
On the next Kill Count. Remember the 90s?
Thank you for shopping at B. Dog.
Here we go.
kill count.
On the next kill count.
Remember the 90s?
Thank you for shopping at B. Dalton's.
When shopping malls were cool? When the internet was a whittle baby? When you felt safe? Well, maybe not that last one. At least not in Shadyside. This small suburban town has a long history of tragedies, while the wealthier neighboring Sunnyvale has seen nothing but success and handsome police chiefs.
That's whack.
Fear Street Part 1, 1994 kicks off a horror trilogy that explores the bloody past of Shadyside.
All these massacres are connected to Sarah Fear.
Was the town once cursed by a witch? Or is it something more sinister?
I mean, no one actually thinks that this witch shit is real.
Though Fear Street is based on a series of R.L. Stein books, this is not your siblings' Goosebumps movie.
I love this one.
They're swearing.
Fuck this. Fuck Peter. Fuck Sam. Yeah, fuck her.
Sex.
Did you all go to Pound Town?
And a whole lot of blood.
If you get blood on it, I'll kill you.
Because this movie isn't just referencing slashers, it is one.
You're all fucking dead.
This weekend, watch Fear Street Part 1, 1994, as we explore the series in tandem with Friday the 13th this August. And this Sunday, only 2 days away, tune into Dead Meat for the kill count.
This internet bullshit is potentially exactly why you have no friends.
Fear Street Part 1, 1994 can currently be watched on the pictured streaming platforms. Demi always recommends you watch the movie for yourself before its kill count. It's the only way to have your own properly informed opinion. Kill counts are never meant to replace the experience of watching a film.
Thanks a lot for watching this kill recount on Friday the 13th. I want to thank some patrons like Ripley Wielden, William, Andrew Koss, Cameron Crafton Moore, Puppy, Dominic Abraham, Jason Garnett, and the Concierge. I also want to thank Crystal Lake Memories, both the book and the 2013 documentary, which are great sources of behind-the-scenes information. And yeah, your eyes didn't deceive you with that trailer. In 2 days, we start Fear Street, which will run on Sundays this month. You're welcome. Thanks, everyone. Be good people.
All right. I think that video is entirely done. So I guess I should do the thumbnail. I can do that. We'll see what the channel looks like after this weekend. All right, so it's Betsy. It's gotta be Betsy. Gotta be Betsy. Right? It's gotta be Betsy. Not that close. What happens if I Google Friday the 13th? Original. What kind of images show up? What do people associate with that? I guess little Swamp Boy Jason. Not much. I mean, I guess Annie? I think it's got to be Betsy. I just want to see if there's maybe another... Ooh. Maybe just some different image I can use of her to differentiate it from the original one. Oh, also, are these still the proxy files? Let's see. Reveal and explore. That is the proxy file. So let's replace that with the full res version. Replace footage. Full res. Okay. And then same thing with my footage. Let's double check. This is, there's the audio, and that is also the proxy. Let's fix that. These all need to be swapped out for the full res version. So on screen, I guess full res isn't accurate. It'd be full bit rate. This is recount on screen. Recount on screen. Okay. And then Link media. This is TTN Cam 1. TTN Cam 1. Okay. And then this is also TTN Cam 1. Okay. Sure. I'm just going to double check that that didn't fuck anything up over there.
Tell you, did you know that? What about the numbers? Count them, James.
Okay. All right. Let's find a good Betsy. Oh, what was the first thumbnail? Was it her saying "Killer Mommy" or was it her about to get decapitated?
Well, I'm Mrs. Voorhees.
This is a decent one, but it's so grainy. That's the problem, is we're gonna have some grainy fucking footage here. I think we nailed. Yeah, the framing. Yeah. Great. Yeah, let me check out the original kill count thumbnail. So it was that. And is that here? I think that's like here. Yeah, is that? Yeah, okay. So instead of that, what if we do her about to get killed, where she's like screaming or like looks scared? Yeah, okay, we'll do that. It's a good frame. Want whatever's the most clear. I guess this old movie footage is so fucking grainy, dude. All right, so this will go under thumbnail picks. Friday 1 recount option 1. Cool. And then I also need Friday the 13th logo. What did it look like? Oh, okay. So I could either use the big 3D one or just the text. Probably just the text. Look like Lionel Messi. Thanks, it's your boy. Ooh, this one's got this little bit of red on it. I like that. A bunch of these are fucking blurry, though. This might be the one. It's kind of small, actually. Blow, 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 blow. Recount logo. That face you make when your son drowns in a lake. It's really nice. All right, let's export this while I make the thumbnail. Okay, and then Friday 1 recount. Thanks, horror fanatic. All right. Thanks, Joseph Croft. All right. Thumbnail pics. Let's rasterize. Transform. Flip horizontal. Okay. Let's see, does a sharpen filter help at all? Maybe. Oh, something's going on. Are we good? Are we good? Why can't I? What's going on here? Something's happening. Is chat still working? Let's close this. Yeah, okay. I think we're still good. Okay. Thank you, Ghostly. How long does it usually take me to make a thumbnail? I don't know, probably a half hour. That's something that I could easily have someone else do, but I actually really enjoy the process. I've had many people on my team offer to take over that step of the process, save me a little bit of time, but to me, the enjoyment I get out of it is worth, you know, the relatively small amount of time that I spend doing it. I don't know why I like to do it, but I do. Thanks, Sakura Blues. Okay. Trimmed her down. So let's get her lit up. God, that fucking grainy footage. Color balance? Does she need any? Obviously not that. Does it look without it? Kind of blue. So yeah, I took away some of the blues. All right, curves, big one. So we can brighten the brights and darken the darks. Let's do a little bit of vividness too. Just see how that, or vibrance. See how that looks. Ooh. Is that too much? No, I think that looks good. And then finally cap it off with some brightness just to make it really pop when you see it as a thumbnail. Okay. What's going on here? Is that just her sweater looking kind of weird? I guess. Okay. That's probably the vibrance, huh? Doing that. All right. I think this is pretty good. Let's bring in the logo. It's a little lower res than I thought, but might still work. Don't think we need the stroke there. Maybe. Okay. And then oh, I missed a little spot. This might be it. Yeah, I think that's good. Now the question is, do I put something on here that says recount so that people don't just see this and think, oh, I've already seen this episode? Probably should. What do I even put? Just recount? New recount? New recount? It's kind of hard to read. With Night of the Living Dead, I didn't put any indication that it was a recount in the thumbnail. Hmm. 2021 recount. Thanks, Ben. Yeah, it's got to have kill count in the title for searchability. That was made explicitly clear to me. It cannot be called the kill recount in the title, or else that'll fuck up algorithm stuff. Maybe this? Oops, what the fuck happened there? What the corduroy boys say? Thanks, Andrew Mugford. What if Ree had a carrot? What? What? I don't know. I don't think I like that. Thanks, nobody. What do you mean something like this? Thanks, Travis, but you can just unsub if you want to try to demand me to do a kill count. I don't negotiate with terrorists. What, this? What, is this what you're talking about? I don't know what you mean. What, like this? I'm not even fucking around anymore. I haven't been fucking around since I put the real carrot. Thanks, Travis. Why would we do this? I don't see the purpose of this. Just over the old red count. Or we could just do this. Well, let me see how that looks, I guess. Oh, wow, geez. Thanks, Cheshire. Appreciate that. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, like with a proofreading carrot. I see what you mean. So, like... No, because that's cutting into the real estate of the movie logo, which is going to be a pain when we get to the later ones that are longer. Honestly, I think this is my favorite thing that I've seen. Kill recount with parentheses. Yeah, this font has weird parentheses that turns them into brackets. So, like, we could do that, but I think that's more confusing, honestly. I think this is simple enough to work. Let's hope this works. All right, well, that's it for me. Gonna upload this. Early release patrons will probably get it Wednesday, assuming nothing goes wrong. And that's all I got for you today. I have to rewrite some other scripts today. I got a lot more work to do, but none of it that I can really stream. So I will see y'all next time I do a stream. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for getting, you got yourself a little sneak peek. That's what I meant to say, 100%. Sneak peek is common industry jargon. If you've never heard of it, you're probably just not a cool film person. So, sneak peek. Hope you enjoyed it. Committing to that for the rest of my life. And I will see y'all later. Tune in this weekend, please. Please tune in. Check out these recounts. They're new. They're totally different. Just because you already know the number of people who died doesn't mean that, there's no new information there. There's other value in them. So check them out. That'd be cool. It'd be real cool if people watched it. All right. Thanks, everybody. I will see y'all later. Be good people.